Shedeur Sanders puts reporter in his place. Why was the camera rolling at that point? But this also answers why he fell to the 5th round.
So he didn't come directly to me.
Okay.
I actually came to him first.
Okay. And then what was the question?
Well, I didn't get to ask it because that's when he.
You telling me Tony, the king of Taco Bell in Cleveland, ran up on Shedeur Sanders? My fault, Big T. As we all know, that man 12 went ahead and walked him down, a reporter, man. He went ahead and got up in the grizzly of old Tony Grossi. And today in this video, we're going to not just, rewatch that video, hear Tony Grossi's response, some other people's response, but of course do a fair share of yap myself. Before I even give my take and opinion, I think it's fair that we go ahead and rewatch the video and see what the hubbub is. And then we're going to go right into Tony Grossi's interesting explanation of the entire situation. So first things first, the incident. There it is.
Tony, I be hoping you be. Tony, I be hoping you got something positive to say about me. Cause you always say negative stuff about me. And I'm like, I ain't do nothing to you. No. I ain't see nothing positive that you ever say. I think I'm positive every day. What I'm saying, come on, Tony. What I do to you, Tony?
Okay, so I want to make my first point here is the fact that I don't know that part. Hey, hold on 1 second. Like, he really wanted to tell Tony that was important. He didn't want no fanfare. He didn't want no whatever. Now, some people argue that he was doing that for another reason, and I think Mr. Tony Grossi would actually argue that. Now, as we know, Tony Grossi he's a Cleveland hero. He goes deeps into it. Hey, Shedeur, how about respecting a legend? You can come talk to Tony when you are big enough to sell out the mentor Taco Bell. Come on now. Tony Grossi been in these streets for real now. This is real life. This is really Tony Grossi in a local Cleveland Taco Bell ad. Come on now. ESPN can't. Hey, that's a good thing, man. And obviously the infamous Baker Mayfield. I did not mean to do that. Baker Mayfield. But before we do that, let's hear what Tony Grossi has to say for himself.
When Shedeur confronted you, you
guys,
guys...
let me just correct that first.
Okay.
I initiated the conversation after he got off the podium and was walking to the locker room.
Whoa! Hold up! Wait a minute! So you telling me? Because I've already heard this. So the things that he's about to say is even crazier now that because I only heard the 53-second version one. So you telling me Tony, the king of Taco Bell in Cleveland, ran up on Shedeur Sanders? My fault, Big T. Hold up. The Gross is like, I didn't know. I didn't know Big TG was like that. They call him Tony the Tiger over there. You feel me? So apparently he initiated the contact. He said, let me run up to you. Let me talk to you, 12. Okay, Tony, go ahead. What you had to say, Tony?
I was behind him and I not shouted as I called his name for him to stop. I wanted to ask him one more question. So he didn't come directly to me.
Okay.
I actually came to him first.
Okay. And then what was the question?
Well, I didn't get to ask it because that's when he it was not important. But
Tony, I want people to understand this because that is the power of Tony Grossi. That is why you are the general of the 100 Years' War. What you say matters. What you say matters to fans, and what you say and write matters to the players. Okay? I want to start this off by saying that and give you your props for this, because there's a lot of people that cover the Browns and no one even knows who the heck they are. Okay? But obviously, Shedeur has been listening and just wanted to. What was your takeaway from the confrontation, Tone? I thought it ended well. Am I correct?
Well, I agree with that, but here's the thing. I had no idea it was being recorded by his brother, on camera for future use somewhere. And that's what kind of, and I didn't know that until I saw it on the internet at the airport the next day. But that's fine. I give Shedeur a lot of credit for not saying anything from the podium, as other quarterbacks would have done. You know, he answered
He's
every one of
talking
my
about
questions
Baker
at the podium. And everyone, he
Mayfield.
was terrific after that game. He was pretty good in the game too. And then he said what he said to me. You know, I thought it was in private, but I didn't know his brother was recording it.
Yeah, and that's
and
the
it
difference.
did end up. We're both laughing at the end. Now somebody asked me.
So, so a lot was revealed there. Can I say, before we get into it, because I'm gonna give Tony Grossi some problems. Before we do that, can we give Tony Grossi a small clap, because he is honestly, not only did he take the interaction well at face value, being able to laugh and, you know, whatever, but he also is handling it well post, right? The only thing I got a problem with is, which we're going to talk about, is the fact that he wants to. Okay, so here's my thing. You can't act surprised that it's not private or whatever when you apparently go up to somebody. Like, that's not how that works, right? If you're going to go up to somebody and you're going to praise him for clearly answering your question with no extra media around, right? And he gets into his private sector where you, a media member, like, and that's where it gets twisted, because we're about to watch a video and they're gonna focus on that point. This is where I get messed up. Shedeur is not in the, what's it called, media, because just like he said, Tony Grossi just admitted, he actually answered all the questions. He didn't do a Baker Mayfield and storm out. We're gonna watch that clip for just a second, right? He actually, forget it, because this is such a clip. He didn't do a Baker Mayfield.
There was a penalty, so we were negative yardage.
No, but there was a lot of time between snaps.
Well, when the penalty happened and we're behind the chains. No, stop saying but. I just told you the clock was running.
Stop saying but.
You want to give them the ball back? No, you don't play. You don't know it. That's just plain and simple. Was I happy with the drive? No, we didn't score points. It's the dumbest question you could ask. What?
Jesus, Tony. Dude, I love this clip. So, I want y'all to know I hated Baker Mayfield. Y'all know I'm a college, I'm a Texas fan. Hated Baker Mayfield. Couldn't stand him. This right here was the beginning of my turnaround. Jesus, Tony. Like, that was awesome. So Tony Grossi is known for making athletes run out. Okay. So you just said, Tony, you just talked about how positive it was that he did that. So to then say, oh, I didn't know it was being recorded. I thought it was a private conversation. Why, as the media, do you think you can go up to athletes after they've given you their time, answered your questions to what we've just heard, to satisfaction? But no, you wanted to run up on Shedeur and say something. I wanted to ask something. It wasn't that important. And when Shedeur put his paws on you, he said, hold up. Let me look you in your eye sockets, dog. Let me look at you in your ocular globes. I don't know a better way to say that. I don't know. And fair to you, Tony, you ain't say nothing crazy, but to say, oh man, I can't believe he had the cameras around him. Like, come on, you knew what this was. And now on top of that, you gonna tell me that you don't have a little extra? He was mic'd up the whole game. Tony, are you telling me you didn't know Shedeur was also mic'd up the entire game too? You're telling me you didn't know his brother was there the entire game? He wasn't like a stowaway. He was on the sideline, Tony. So I'm not taking that. Tony, you can put that in your pipe and smoke it, big dog. I don't need that. I don't need none of that. Other than that, Tony, appreciate you for taking it in stride. Appreciate Shedeur for, hey man, just not running out as much as we love Baker Mayfield, man. You know what I'm saying? He really came to it. So now we're gonna listen to something that might make you a little upset. I don't go to Fox News or Fox anything except to upset me. But here we are. This is the reason why it's so important to speak about the full context of situations. Let's hear this.
But why I think Friday night was such a clear picture of where we are is because Shedeur had everything backed against him in terms of preparation, familiarity, and now spotlight. He couldn't make the mistakes in practice that other quarterbacks do. Now it was going to be on national TV in a game setting in front of opposing fans. That's not really fair. But Shedeur says, I'm going to be Shedeur. I'm going to walk in with music blaring behind me, whether it's week one of a preseason game or maybe even a Super Bowl. And I think that portion of it is like, okay, it's preseason here. What are we doing? Like you haven't even started, but they're sticking to the script. But it's also this. Shedeur Sanders talking with Tony Grossi, the longtime Cleveland reporter, about why can't you just say something nice about me? You're always negative about me. And the Sanders camp was like, see, look at this. Shedeur Sanders puts reporter in his place. Why was the camera rolling at that point? Why was there a microphone there at that point? Like that's part of the deal. And the biggest picture to me, Monty, that's why he fell to the 5th round. He fell to the 5th round because teams don't want players walking in with a speaker behind them in week one of a preseason game. Teams don't want camera crews following a player around.
Oh God. And look, is he right? Yeah. Is he right? Sure. But y'all aren't going to piss on me and tell me it's raining. I'm sorry, dog. I've got too many videos of reading reports of saying that Shedeur can't do board work, can't read an offense. Mary Kay says he just shits himself pre-snap and he can't read a fucking pre-snap defense, okay? Y'all aren't going to sit here and say Colorado was in the weakest college conference. They won nothing. You couldn't even beat BYU. He holds the ball too long. He's not fast. No. Y'all better stick 10 toes on he's not good at football. Please stay there. Because when y'all get into these conversations talking about the music blaring, we've already talked about it. You mean his teammate? Oh, right, because you read Twitter headlines, right? Yeah. I mean, look, it's Fox Sports. It's whatever. Like, I expect y'all to not read things or understand things or not know what other NFL players look like because you're so focused on getting a Shedeur Sanders TikTok off. Right? That you don't even know that Tony Brown, the cornerback that got a pick, right? He was the one holding the stick, and he holds that walking stick everywhere he goes when he's serving the Browns community. That's his thing. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Cornerbacks are weird. I don't know what to tell you. But so I'm happy, Mr. Fox person. I don't know who this dude is. Probably the nicest Fox reporter ever. I mean, even what do you look at this? Look at this. This is a crazy pause. I'm sorry, dog. I watched the full video. He doesn't say nothing crazy about Shedeur. They don't really say anything crazy about Shedeur. The lady goes on to say Shedeur's not good at football, and I was like, all right, dog. I'm not going to have y'all subjugated. If we have time, we'll let her give her a bad takeoff. But please stay on the bad football, please. Don't try to sell me. Oh, people before a football game are listening to hype up music? What? Oh, well, what is this, the Super Bowl? Dog, we played hype up music and hey, I don't want you to think I'm a super athlete, dog. I played high school. I played Division 3A Georgia high school. Was not an all-star. Hey, I had some D3 offers now. Oh, hey, almost went D3. Anyway, in all seriousness, we played music. I went to I'm gonna be honest with you, mostly Caucasian school, son. We was blasting Migos, real Migos, 2012 Migos. You kids don't know nothing about that. That's that real deal spiel. Rest in peace. Take off. So we want to paint people listening to music preseason as bad. We want to paint him walking with his teammates as bad. Thank you, Mr. Fox, man. This is the reason why Shedeur Sanders has so many haters and so many supporters. I told y'all this 3 months ago. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all know I keep it real around here. I'm not lying. Y'all can look at the views of my video. It was decent. It was good. It was cool. I'm a chill little channel talking about Colorado College. Oh, let me keep up with the Colorado guys. Let me keep up with Shedeur in the draft. Okay, cool. When Shedeur, the thing when that draft drop happened, hey dog, people wanted to know. I said in the video as it was happening, y'all are creating more Shedeur fans. You didn't have to. Shedeur was gonna have plenty of fans, but then y'all have people who probably don't like. I'm not really cool with saying this. I don't really, there's plenty of people. Whatever. It's cool. Maybe not supporting, maybe indifferent. You made them focus on him. And now y'all are mad that, people are hyping him up. He's getting support. It's all this other stuff. But then when y'all talk about him, y'all don't do the decent courtesy. Whoa. The decent courtesy to put the actual things in context. And then let's talk about, the camera's running while he's addressing Cleveland news media. I'm sorry that the younger generation of athletes have had to watch because I'm tired of it. These absolutely buffoons in sports media that fumble over their words, ask inappropriate questions that clearly, like the Baker Mayfield situation, that ain't gelling right. It's not the right time. We've seen media members abuse their ability to speak to athletes, talking about them crazy. So you're gonna miss me with the teams don't want somebody that talks to media members. That's why I'm telling y'all, please stick with the football. Please stick with he's bad at football, because these don't add up, dog. It just don't. Dog, and shout out to my man 5% in the live chat. Talk about it's been a thing with Shedeur. That's just football, dog. What we talk? He's playing music before the game. What? I mean, I can tell. Look, I ain't the most fit. Again, I don't really know NFL play. But look, man, I don't think this gentleman's been. He ain't been in the locker room in a while. All right, let's be honest. Okay, can we be real with ourselves? So maybe he just don't know. Okay, maybe he just don't know. Shout out to Tony Grossi. I do have this giant picture because somebody in my live chat before I was making this video, they pointed out something great, and they was like, "Hey, you saw Andrew Berry over there? You know what I'm saying? Getting cozy with the man 12 over there. What's happening, man?" Now, obviously, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I hate that I have to defend him. Everybody has seen this video of Shedeur getting drafted. And he looks like he needs to take a shit. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He looks like he's pinching one right now, right? So everybody's kind of associated with him, not wanting Shedeur as Andrew Berry. And then Jimmy Haslam, of course, said this.
If you'd have told me, so you picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
And there was a lot of rumors saying that Jimmy Haslam went above Andrew Berry's head to go get the deal done, yada yada yada. And a lot of people took that, and people are continuing to take that as like, well, Jimmy Haslam clearly says he's saying that he doesn't want him. I don't take it like that. I'm sorry. If you watch the whole clip, he says. Okay, it's the same thing when I tell y'all about being a head coach. The owner is the most political out of anybody in their speaking, right? What he is saying, what he's trying to get across is, hey, no, I would never interfere because there are certain rules and regulations and certain, roles of each person. So I would never usurp Andrew Berry's GM role and make a pick to go and mess up his authority, right? That's what he's saying. Now, does that mean that's what happened? No, that is optics. That is political speak. That is, hey, I need to ensure, because all of these rumors have been going around that I picked Shedeur. I need y'all to know that I, in fact, did not. Right. So now what I will take is it absolving Jimmy Haslam of any blame if Shedeur is bad? Yes, I will take that all day, every day. I don't think he's saying we don't want him. I think he's trying to say, well, I mean, if he's bad, or if he causes some problems, or you know what I mean, it's not my problem. Like, I didn't do that. Andrew Berry did that. Now, I will give you that. So the fact that Andrew Berry is seeing, talking to a guy, 12's got his hands on him. He said, where them one reps at, big homie? Like, where y'all hiding those at? Where they hiding those at? So I think this is a dope little moment, just something to kind of keep your eye out for. And the reason why I made an earlier video about who and what will be traded, and I don't think it's going to be Shedeur Sanders. But hey, that's what we got for right now. Shout out to Tony Grossi again. I think he took it in stride. I'm not buying the whole camera thing. Y'all know what it is. It's prime time, baby. I did not know it was cameras. So don't bring with that. Apparently Tony Grossi was pressing. So, let's get the record straight. Shout out to TG. You do it big. But other than that, man, y'all continue to be great. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. If you're in the live chat, stay there, son. We're still going. But if you're watching the video, see you next time. Continue to be great. Peace.